So we're going to talk about recording on BandLab. So I have a saxophone. I'm going to be recording both parts today, but of course when you're using this in a classroom, you would have, each student record their own part and then edit it all together. I'll be playing a duet. I'll record both parts separately, obviously, and then edit them together. So the most important thing when you are recording with BandLab, especially when you're recording multiple tracks, is to make sure that you set the metronome when you're recording. So you can go into settings, decide on the tempo that you want to use, and then make sure that everybody who's recording for that same project has the same metronome marking and records their part with the metronome going. Obviously, this means you're going to have some kind of earbud or headphone or whatever going on when you're recording so that you can hear the metronome, but it won't be picked up in the actual recording. So I'll just be recording it on my phone using BandLab and then have earbuds in so that I can hear the metronome clicks. We're gonna record Happy Birthday, and it has a metronome marking of 70, so I go ahead and set my metronome on the app to 70 beats per minute. And then once we put our headphones in, we should be good to go to record. Another thing that will make the editing process a little bit easier is if you give a clear breath before you're about to begin or count yourself in. And if each student does this on their own recording, it'll be really clear to line up where everybody is starting. So I have it open to track 1 on BandLab, so we're going to be recording the first part of the duet. The metronome is set, so when I press play, I can hear the metronome, and then it's not going to actually start recording until I hit the record button. I'll hit record, count myself in, and then play. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so track 1 is now recorded. We can click the little X here, and that means we're back in kind of the main part of the recording. So then we can go to the little plus sign under track 1 and just hit voice/audio. This is going to open track 2, so I can record the second part of the duet. And same thing, we've still got the metronome going, and then we'll just hit record, count ourselves in, and we'll be good to go. One thing to make sure of when you're recording is to drag it all the way to the beginning of the recording. You can always move the tracks after you've recorded them, but just make sure that you start from the very beginning, and then it'll just line it up automatically as well. And when I record track 2, I'll also be able to hear track 1, so that also helps to be able to line it up, but we've still got the metronome going. And just like that, we have both tracks recorded for our duet. Now from this point, once you have both tracks recorded, we can go back and see both of them here. So at this point, this is where we're going to want to cut out the beginning where I'm counting in the playing, and then make sure that they're still lining up. So I'll just do that nice and quickly, and it's super easy. You just kind of drag where you want to cut it, or you can also use this little icon here, which is going to clip it for you. If you are editing and you make a mistake, there's the little back arrow button on the bottom left, and if you hit that, that'll just reverse what you just did. So no worries if you accidentally deleted something or cut it in the wrong place, you can quickly fix that. Here, we're just going to clip, and then we also want to clip the second track at the same place. So once I've clipped both of those, I can just delete them, and then we should be good to go here. And then we're good to go. We can go to the top right, click the cloud, and we can save it. We can add a name here, happy birthday, Duet. And then it will be saved to your projects. And from there, you can download it onto your phone, you can email it. So if you wanted your students to email it to you, they can do that all from the app. And you can download it as audio or as video. So I'll just download the audio here. Now, one other thing, if your students are going to be recording this in different places, because obviously I just recorded it on the same app, that might not be the case for your students. Maybe you want them to record it individually when they're at home. How can you do that? Well, there's also the collaborations section, so you can begin a new collaboration, and it's going to look exactly the same. It brings you into the same workspace, but what this allows you to do is to share it with other people. You can invite somebody by email to collaborate on a project with you. So essentially this is just going to be similar concept to like a Google Doc. Multiple people can be working on it from different devices, different places, and you can record your tracks that way. So if your students are not able to use the same device to record with, they can record on their own at home, or one's at home, one's at school, whatever you want to do, and still edit it all together that way. So that is an option. I just don't have multiple devices to show you how to do it, but it is possible through BandLab.